The story kicks off on a peaceful day with our 15-year-old protagonist, Kakura. He's over the moon, having just gotten accepted into a prestigious high school. He even starts daydreaming about a calm and steady future after graduation. But that dream quickly shatters when the doorbell rings. A group of attractive yet shady debt collectors barges into his home. They're here to collect a massive debt. Talk about a rude awakening for a teenage boy. His parents had vanished to avoid paying what they owed, leaving Kakura behind to carry the burden. The amount? A staggering 50 million yen? Not something a 15-year-old can just pay off, even if he somehow became a viral YouTuber overnight. The men, clearly unhinged, offer him solutions. Either work himself to death on a sketchy overseas fishing vessel or become someone's personal toy. Shockingly, they lean toward the second option. One of them even cloaks his suggestion in polite language, masking the depravity beneath. With no viable choices and his school dreams slipping away, the men seize Kakura by force. His springtime aspirations go up in smoke, but just as he's being dragged away, a girl appears, throwing a stack of 50 million yen in cash right in front of them. Everyone's stunned by both the money and her beauty. The men don't recognize her, and neither does Kakura, but she coolly informs them that she's already covered his debt. The only logical thing for them to do now is to leave. Although she initially comes off as cold and intimidating, her demeanor softens afterward. Back at his apartment, Kakura offers her something to drink, still trying to process the whirlwind of events. From dreaming about school to being abandoned by his family, to now sitting across from a mysterious girl who just paid off his massive debt, his brain can't keep up. Kakura, still in awe, thanks her sincerely. She brushes it off, saying that people in 2022 helped each other out all the time, like casually dropping 50 million yen. Of course, Kakura finds that hard to believe. He's grown up surrounded by abuse and manipulation, so trusting others doesn't come easily. She takes his hand and moves closer, saying she doesn't expect him to pay her back. Kakura, overwhelmed by her beauty, forgets all about stranger danger. He tries to scoot away, but she draws his hand closer to her face, guiding it like it's natural. She tells him it's normal to cling to the things you like. That's exactly what she's doing. Hearing her say his name snaps him back to reality. How does she even know who he is? His mind spirals. Was she connected to the debt collectors? Could this be a scam with even more horrifying strings attached? But just as he sinks into paranoid thoughts, her lacy bra peeks into view, instantly refocusing his attention. She notices his nerves and tries to calm him down by casually saying she earned that money with her body, though that doesn't exactly put him at ease. Kakura, conflicted, says he understands how valuable money is and feels guilty taking it. But before he can finish, she pushes him back and straddles him. Then she drops a bombshell. She wants to marry him. Wait, what? She claims ownership over him now, saying he's hers from head to toe. And while she may have rescued him from his debt nightmare, now it feels like he's become someone else's plaything. As things begin heating up, she starts unzipping her skirt, but Kakura stops her. He's still in shock and can't wrap his head around everything that's happened. He asks her to put her clothes back on, so they can talk properly. She jokes that her outfit's cute and thought he'd appreciate the view. Thinking he might be into shy types, she willingly removes the skirt and even acts like they've been married for years. Kakura is completely frozen, just the reaction she was waiting for. Still, she listens and dresses again. He doesn't press her about the money or how she found him. Instead, he asks why she wants to marry him. Kudos to this guy. He's resisting temptation like a champ. His voice trembles as he speaks, but she lightens the mood with her laugh and radiant smile. She pauses to think, then softly says she's always loved him. Kakura is floored. If that's true, they must have met before. He apologizes if he forgot her, but she interprets that as him wanting to get to know her now. Sounds a bit delusional, but she's committed. She tells him she'll do whatever he wants, but even his innocent mind is now haunted by the image of her waiting in bed. Kakura shakes off the thought and asks her to explain further. That's when she tells him. She's seen him every morning delivering newspapers, rain, shine, exams, whatever, no matter what. He always showed up and worked hard for his family. To her, Kakura is an inspiration. She admired his determination and started working harder herself, hoping to match his energy. That's why she loves him. It's touching, but Kakura still thinks it's too much, too soon. He suggests dating before jumping to marriage, something she clearly overlooked. She argues that marrying someone she loves is natural and something she's always dreamed of. Though she's nervous after his hesitation, she thinks maybe she's not his type. Kakura, still unsure about her, says she's a stranger and marrying him would be a waste, especially after all she sacrificed to save him, but the girl stands firm. If money were the issue, she wouldn't have shown up in the first place. Then she notices his acceptance letter to Mayo Academy, a super competitive integrated high school. Even while working multiple part-time jobs, he made it. She's genuinely proud of him. Hearing someone say they love him, that they're proud of him, those are first for Kakura. Abandoned and used by his own family, he missed out on most of his childhood. But now here's someone who believes in him, even if it came out of nowhere. Still, because of his past trauma, he knows he can't make rash choices like the ones his parents did. The main character struggles to respond properly to the girl's sudden proposal. Though he feels bad, his silence leads her to believe it's a rejection. Still, she's not about to give up on him. She says she just needs a little time to think and starts to leave. Ouch! But the MC stops her. He admits it might take him some time, but he's not against the idea of marriage. He wants to get to know her first, and if things go well, maybe marriage could be on the table in the future. The girl suddenly goes quiet. MC apologizes if he came off too cheeky, but instead of being upset, she beams with happiness and hugs him tightly. MC, of course, is too focused on the fact that her melons are pressing up against him. Before anything else, he realizes they never exchange names in all the chaos. He asks for hers. She introduces herself as Luna M. Just like that, MC's life does a complete 180 degrees. From drowning in debt, he's now got a mysterious future bride who just saved his skin. He thought he was destined to become some creepy pervert's plaything, before ever finding stability. But did he actually escape that fate? Time will tell. After some intense marriage negotiations, Luna takes MC back to her house. He's blown away by how massive it is. He can't believe it's hers. Well, it was hers. Now she says it's their house. Emphasis on their. That part catches him off guard. It's a new experience for him, having someone care for and support him. His parents certainly never did. They have dinner together. Luna even treated them to a fancy sushi meal as a moving-in gift. She's clearly wiped from all the running around she's done, so she suggests heading to bed early. MC agrees. What choice does he have when he's just following his new wife's lead? He mentally tells her papayas to chill. He's still adjusting to all of this. He mentions he only brought the basics with him and needs to grab the rest of his stuff from the old place. But just like Batman, Luna already took care of that. She even canceled his old lease. Apparently money can fix anything, even relationships. She did all this while he was still sick from the emotional roller coaster. One thing she didn't immediately mention? She somehow got permission from his parents, people MC hasn't even been able to contact. Turns out she hired a private investigator. She tells him she'll handle his mortgage and living expenses. No wonder the parents gave their blessing so fast. In return for selling out their son, they got an all-expenses-paid vacation around the world. If karma's real, they deserve a one-way ticket to heaven for the neglect. Later, MC decides to take a bath before bed. It's been a crazy day, and a soak sounds perfect. Luna already showed him around, but the place is so big he almost gets lost trying to find his room. He finally makes it there and feels grateful just to have a clean, spacious room and a comfy bed. Something he'd only dreamed about. With nothing else to do, he mentally reviews what he needs to handle the next day. He's also considering how to tell Luna that he's still planning to go to school, which would change their daily routine, but his thoughts spiral back to everything that's happened. Getting a girlfriend without trying? Talk about lucky. And now, marriage is somehow on the horizon too. A few minutes later, Luna enters the room wearing only her pajamas. She turns the lights off and sits behind him. She thinks he's asleep, but he's lying perfectly still. Not because he's tired, but because he's definitely not ready for whatever this is. She blows in his ear and calls out his fake sleep act. He's stunned. Her pajama look alone is enough to make his brain short-circuit. She smells amazing, still fresh from the shower, and her hair is damp. Just her hair, thankfully. Luna invites him to sit beside her instead of clinging to the edge of the bed like a scared puppy. MC is still nervous and stares at her like a newly adopted cat, unsure of its new owner. Since he won't move, she approaches him instead. But the moment he sees her grapes bouncing, his resolve wavers. They end up lying side by side like a real married couple, and the tension has MC sweating bullets. Trying to be polite, he compliments her shirt. She smiles, saying there's a surprise underneath, the divine grapes gifted from above. MC, being the gentleman he is, gently tells her not to be so casual about it. She reminds him he's her husband, so there's no need to hold back. But she seems to have forgotten they just met. And as Queen Elsa once said, you can't marry someone you just met. Aside from that, MC's concern is valid. He's worried his hero might rise to the occasion. They both settle down a bit, and Luna tells him how happy she was when he took her marriage proposal seriously. She plays with his hand, sending shivers down his spine. MC is in bliss. He finally admits that the simple touch of a girl's hand is enough to melt him, but he's also terrified he won't be able to stop if things go any further. Luna, ever bold, crawls on top of him. MC braces for a kiss he's definitely not ready for. And then, surprise, she chickens out. She backs away, realizing she wasn't as ready as she thought. They both laugh it off and head to the kitchen for some water to cool down and ease the intense atmosphere. With things calm again, MC tells her that once school starts, their routine will shift. Luna surprises him again. She's already planned for that. She's going to the same high school. That means they'll be together at school, at home, everywhere. Free ride, free housing, free beautiful wife. What more could this guy possibly ask for? Their first day of high school came quickly in April. Surprisingly, Luna was chosen as the high school representative and gave the welcome speech. The freshmen admired her, understandably so, because she was stunning. Even the main character, MC, was impressed, though his case was unique, because the beautiful girl in front of everyone was actually his wife. He was shocked she'd really followed through on her promise to attend the same school as him. She even landed in his class and quickly fit right in, making friends with both popular extroverts and shy introverts. Meanwhile, MC sat quietly at his desk, watching his cheerful wife charm everyone. In contrast, he was far less outgoing. Then, bam! A loud noise came from behind him. A tough-looking guy, the type who screamed "troublemaker," walked up and started talking to the student next to MC. To MC's surprise, the guy sitting in front of them turned around. It was Subaru, an old friend from middle school. The intimidating lion quickly turned into a chibi kitten the moment they locked eyes. MC was genuinely happy to see someone familiar in a new place. So much had happened, and Subaru, was always someone he could talk to. SUU listened carefully as MC told him everything about his situation, including Luna, their marriage, and all the confusion around it. Subaru was shocked, even suspicious. He joked that Luna might be an assassin out for his life, a trap, or part of a weird debt payment scam. There were a lot of red flags. MC may owe her a lot, but deep down, he felt Luna was trustworthy, not someone with evil intentions. She seemed genuinely committed to their marriage. Subaru remembered how, back in middle school, MC was the only one who ever talked to him. Maybe, he said, that same kindness is what made Luna fall for him. MC liked that explanation. It made things feel more real. Just then, Luna herself interrupted, walking over with a big smile. She greeted MC happily and apologized for not walking to school with him earlier that morning. To make up for it, she said it was only fair they walk home together today. But as they talked, MC heard people around the classroom whispering, "Why is Luna talking to that weird-looking guy?" That made him nervous. Pretty girls always drew attention, and people just couldn't mind their own business. Luna didn't notice the chatter. To avoid causing a scene, MC quickly pulled her aside and led her to a quiet corner of the school. Poor Subaru was left behind like a lonely lion cub. Alone now, MC apologized for pulling her so suddenly. But to Luna, the moment was thrilling. She loved how bold he was being. She clung to him like a sloth and sat down next to him, smiling ear to ear. MC asked her to let go. He wanted to talk about something serious. But Luna wasn't interested in serious. She was all in for the high school love story and refused to let go. "There's no one around," she teased. So what could go wrong? Sighing, MC gave in and explained what he wanted. He thought it would be best to keep their relationship a secret at school. Luna's smile faded. She asked why. He said he didn't want to cause problems for her. He worried people would talk badly about her for dating a nobody with debt and didn't want her reputation to suffer. Luna was clearly upset. She had gone through so much just to transfer to his class, arranging things with the school so they could be together. She had dreamed of them being a high school couple, being admired, taking cute couple photos, and getting attention for their wholesome relationship. But now that dream was crushed. Before MC could apologize, Luna began to think, maybe this wasn't so bad. If they kept things low-key, fewer girls might try to flirt with him. That thought alone gave her some comfort. MC chuckled and told her she was overthinking it. But he admitted he was willing to adjust to her preferences too. After all, they lived together. They should be able to do fun couple things, right? It wouldn't be fair if only one of them got to decide everything. That right there was why Luna loved him. She tackled him with a hug. On top of that, she said she wanted MC to be a bit cooler at school. Not so derpy or nerdy. MC shyly told her she looked adorable in her school uniform. It made her look more like a teenager and less like the elegant, mature woman she usually dressed as. Luna got quiet. And when she got quiet, it usually meant she was thinking something naughty. Her eyes sparkled as she whispered, "Maybe I'll wear this uniform for you again tonight." The first weekend after school started finally came, and by lunchtime, Luna suggested ordering pizza. They'd had sushi last time, and she wanted something tasty again. But the main character, MC, had other plans. He offered to cook instead. Ever since school began, they'd only been eating takeout, and MC felt guilty. Luna had been spending too much on food for both of them, and it didn't sit right with him. Honestly, though, MC was more distracted by Luna's tight t-shirt than the food. He told her that he couldn't repay her for everything she'd done, but the least he could do was cook and help with chores. Luna, of course, had no objections, especially if it meant she could eat his home-cooked meals and cook with him. That kind of scene, preparing lunch together like a married couple, was exactly what Luna had always dreamed of. If she was happy, MC was too. Except she kept standing so close it was driving him crazy. Before they started cooking, Luna excused herself and came back dressed in a tight, short maid outfit. MC froze, practically glued to the floor in shock. His mind raced. Is this a naked apron situation? She teased him, asking if he wanted to see what was underneath. His thoughts ran wild. Would it be heart-shaped? Peachy? Either way, she was being incredibly forward. Luna already saw him as her significant other, so being playful like this felt natural to her. But MC was struggling. If things escalated, they wouldn't be having lunch anytime soon. Turns out it wasn't a naked apron, it was just her swimsuit. She was clearly having fun with his reactions. To her, teasing him was half the joy. Eventually, though, she changed into decent clothes and a proper apron so they could finally focus on lunch. Thankfully, Luna came prepared. She had already stocked the kitchen with ingredients and cooking tools, expecting a moment like this would come. MC's eyes lit up at the sight of quality meat, herbs, spices, and even top-notch cookware, like a pressure cooker and an enamel pot. He got so excited that Luna just stood there watching him, smiling in disbelief. She didn't expect him to get this hyped over cooking gear. MC explained a little shyly that he had learned to cook since he had to handle everything on his own. Then he decided to make beef stew while Luna prepped the rice. That didn't go well. She poured rice into flavored water, completely unaware of the disaster she was creating. If Uncle Roger had been there, he would have passed out. She wasn't even sure if she'd use sticky rice, and still thought it was dope. It was clear now, Luna is terrible at cooking. But MC didn't want to be rude and interrupt her, so he let her continue. Then he heard her scream. She'd spilled something again. It looked like she was mixing different drinks into the rice. MC was baffled. Is she trying to cast a spell or something? To avoid further disaster, he reassigned her to make a salad. Why he trusted her with that is still unclear. Eventually, the beef stew was ready, and it was delicious. Luna was blown away. She called it the tastiest thing in the universe. As for her rice, yeah, it was doughy and weird. She laughed, admitting she completely messed it up, and realized she had also tossed that same rice into the salad. Now both dishes were ruined. She slumped in defeat, miserable about her failure. MC tried to cheer her up by eating the rice and pretending it was okay, but the expression on his face said otherwise. Still, Luna thought it was adorable that he tried so hard to make her feel better. Seeing your boyfriend eat your awful cooking just to comfort you? That's peak wholesome. MC told her he genuinely enjoyed having a meal like this with her. Even if it didn't go smoothly, cooking and eating together had been fun. He was used to eating alone, so having someone there, mistakes and all, was special. He reminded her that married couples help each other, even with things they're bad at. That's part of what being together means. After their cooking disaster, which would have made Gordon Ramsay and Uncle Roger lose their minds, they decided to lay out some ground rules. Since Luna wasn't used to cleaning or housework, MC would handle most of it for now, and she'd take on some light chores to practice. It was a good way to help her grow into the role, and Luna thought it was a great idea. A practical way to build a life together. But they were forgetting something very important. Luna pointed it out. They needed to set rules about flirting, when, where, and how often. Obviously the most essential part of being a married couple. MC looked confused, so Luna explained. You've been dodging my advances since day one. I want more from you. He couldn't deny it. It was true. But MC looked at her with sincerity and said, I just don't want to be irresponsible. Please be patient with me until I'm ready. MC once said it wouldn't be fair if only one of them made all the effort in their relationship. Luna remembers that perfectly, as clearly as if it were yesterday. So, if he keeps ignoring her overflowing affection, wouldn't that make him an irresponsible husband? According to a study that may or may not be legit, physical affection or skinship is essential for a healthy marriage. It's one of the most important elements for a happy couple and definitely shouldn't be avoided. Coming from someone who's single and has no experience in relationships? Maybe. But that doesn't stop Luna from launching her plan. Operation: Build love through skinship. MC just goes with the flow. unsure if he'll come out of this emotionally intact. To calm him down, Luna tells him hugging is natural, even in other cultures, like Alabama. Questionable example. A while ago, Luna saw a relationship post from a friend. It was a guide for couples, how to level up your intimacy step by step. So they decide to try it out. Step 1, hold hands, easy for Luna, but MC? He's already sweating and shaking. Just 1 inch of contact and he's short-circuiting. A few minutes of hand-holding nearly sends him into cardiac arrest. So what happens when they try the next step? Step 2, hugging. Luna spreads her arms, waiting expectantly. MC didn't expect he'd be the one doing the hugging, but Luna's always been the one to initiate. This time she wants it from him. She stands her ground, arms open, eyes locked in. She knows what she wants, and she's not backing down. Nervously, MC stands up and walks toward her. He wraps his arms around her carefully, but firmly. He focuses hard on giving her a good hug, his best hug. But as he holds her, he notices she's warm, soft, comfortable. Her chest is pressing against me, my heart. Is this okay? Luna stays still. MC starts to panic. Did I hug her too tightly? Is this too much? Am I being weird? But then Luna hugs him back. He feels her trembling a little, so he lets go. She teases him afterwards, saying, "You really gave it everything in that one hug, huh?" She laughs at how cute he was, awkward and overwhelmed. But still, he managed it. Another milestone unlocked. Next on the intimacy list? Step 3, a kiss. This one might take a little longer. Luna tilts her head, turning slightly to offer her cheek. An easy target if he wants to go for it. She waits patiently, eyes soft. MC is stunned. He expected something else, maybe a kiss on the lips. But that would be too much. He'd probably faint before his lips even made contact. Instead, he just stares at her pale, flawless skin, her long lashes, her gentle expression. She's so beautiful, he starts to question if he's even allowed to admire her like this. She's like untouched snow, he thinks, and I don't want to ruin it by stepping all over it. Luna continues waiting, still calm and patient. Meanwhile, MC's mind spirals. He starts overthinking. Has Luna had a boyfriend before? She seems so comfortable with intimacy. What if she's done this kind of stuff with someone else? The thought makes his stomach churn. Luna notices the hesitation and backs off. She says maybe they're moving too fast. Even she's not ready for a kiss like that yet. But just as she says that, MC leans in and plants a quick kiss on her cheek. He freezes, blushes, then apologizes. I didn't mean to scare you, or me. Luna stares at him, then starts making 10 different faces in under a minute. Surprised, shocked, flustered, amused. MC curls up in a ball on the floor, overwhelmed and sobbing. Luna, equally rattled, tries to congratulate him. You did great, she says softly. Once he calms down, she tells him, we'll save the next step for another day. Even she can't say what it is out loud. But that's a goal for the future. A month has passed since Luna and MC started living together like a married couple. They set some rules for their daily routine, and it's been going smoothly. Luna's heart is happy with every sweet moment. Or at least that's what she thought would happen every day. But MC has been busy going somewhere after school, leaving Luna to go home alone. He's been secretive, and Luna doesn't know what he's doing, but she lets it go. After all, even married couples have secrets too. That's what she thought. This is the dark side of marriage. MC's secret began one day at school. Luna was looking forward to going home with him, but he turned her down, saying he had something to do after school. She wondered what it was, so MC told her the teachers had given him some tasks. Luna didn't mind and thought it was cool that the teachers relied on him, so she said she would wait in the classroom. But MC said he'd be gone a little late and wanted her to go home before him. He did sound suspicious, though. Luna was so used to going home with him every day that she felt lonely when he walked away. She still looked cute, even when she was miserable. The second time was during the weekend. MC visited Luna, who was cooling herself with a popsicle in her living room. He told her he would be going out the next Saturday. Since Luna was curious, she asked where he was going. He said he would be at the library to study. Even though Luna's grades were already good, she wanted to come with him. But MC said he wanted to be alone to catch up and study, suggesting that Luna use the time for herself too. Luna's face changed in an instant, and she yelled at him, asking why she couldn't come. She thought it could be a library date. Since then, Luna feels like MC has been putting some distance between them. Luna felt a bit possessive, but didn't want to seem like she was trying to tie him down. However, her woman's intuition told her something was going on. A woman's intuition is no joke. It makes them either a witch or a real detective. She felt so lonely that she thought about following him in secret, hiring a detective, or even putting a GPS tracker on him. But that's a red flag, and she didn't want to be the kind of girlfriend who invades her boyfriend's space. So, she tried to stop overthinking. Maybe MC just needed some time alone. A scream from her friend snapped her out of her thoughts. She couldn't help but listen. Apparently, one of their friends had broken up with her boyfriend last week. The reason was that the girl came on too strong. She surprised her boyfriend with tickets and prepared fancy sushi for lunch, but he couldn't handle it and broke up with her. Luna's friend didn't see anything wrong with being a devoted girlfriend, so she asked Luna for her opinion. That's what it's like having a rich girlfriend friend. They think Luna has a lot of experience with dating, not knowing that she's on the verge of losing MC because she's been too intense too. Luna realized it now and admitted that she might have been too forceful with MC. She learned that being overly affectionate can be dangerous if you don't know your limits. She couldn't even describe how dangerous it felt. Her outburst got her friends fired up too. Luna was the very definition of intense. After a while, Luna said goodbye to her friends, leaving her alone with her thoughts. One thing was clear, she's intense, but she couldn't understand why MC wouldn't just tell her that. Looking back, she realized she bought MC gifts and always told him she loved him, but she never heard him say it back. A month into their relationship, she started to wonder if it's even possible to make someone fall in love with her. As she walked home, she saw other students cleaning their stations thoroughly. That reminded her that MC had done all the cleaning around the house the week they made their routine. Maybe he even went into her room before. That could be why he's keeping his distance. MC not loving her is one thing, but maybe he found out that she was hiding in her previous bedroom, and that could be another reason. That night, MC and Luna sat at the dining table with food MC had cooked. But Luna wasn't her usual talkative self. Girls can be scarier when they're quiet, huh? MC became worried and asked if the food was okay. Luna replied in her usual sweet tone, which comforted MC and made him think everything was fine. However, the mood changed quickly when Luna said they needed to talk about something. That sounded like trouble. Luna was direct and asked MC where he was going after school. MC stopped sipping his soup, shaking with suspicion. He explained he was helping the teacher as usual, but Luna couldn't take his lies anymore. She slammed her hands on the table and called him a liar. He was definitely in trouble now. Luna said no teacher would let a student go home so late, and his disappearances were becoming more frequent, which worried her. MC was shocked and apologized, trying to comfort her by saying he was just trying to keep things the same. But that wasn't the problem. Luna said she felt different emotions and thought she had been too intense. She thought maybe taking a break would be better. MC was lost and didn't know what he did wrong, so Luna explained. She noticed he had been pulling away from her, like he was tired of her clingy and forceful personality. But MC was just too pure to understand. Luna thought she was burdening MC with things he didn't know about, and she was also worried that MC might have seen the situation in her room. MC didn't say much except to confirm he did see her room, and he felt guilty about it. Before he said more, he apologized for his bad behavior, but Luna didn't want to hear that and stopped him there. Luna suddenly panicked, thinking she was the one in the wrong. She didn't want MC to apologize or say she was a burden, but MC looked serious and guilty and then admitted that he did get curious about Luna's room. Curiosity kills the cat, right? But it wasn't that dramatic. He explained that he just wondered what Luna's room looked like because he believes a person's room shows a lot about them. That's true and something important. He even said it felt like an evil spirit was pulling him to go there, but he didn't actually go in. The guy kept his intrusive thoughts in check. Part of Luna was relieved to hear that, especially when MC promised he would never go into her room without her permission. Since that was cleared up, Luna asked MC why he'd been avoiding her lately, which she felt was even more important. MC didn't answer with words. Instead, he showed Luna a ring he took from his pocket. It was a ring with a moon on it, the sweetest thing he could give her. Luna didn't know what to say, and even MC didn't know where to begin explaining. But he tried. He said he always felt like he was bothering Luna. She might feel like a burden to him, but he also felt that way. He thought Luna was carrying the weight of their whole marriage, so he decided to buy her a ring to thank her for sticking with him. Luna thought MC might leave her soon, but I don't think he would. He explained that he had done many small jobs in middle school, so working hard wasn't new to him. Still, Luna's face was full of tears. She jumped into his arms, apologizing for doubting him and being so intense. MC's sweet gesture moved her. Even though it wasn't something grand, it's the thought that matters. Actions speak louder than words, after all. MC did admit he made a mistake by being secretive, but Luna felt so bad that she couldn't accept his gift. It's not that she didn't want it. She just felt guilty and happy at the same time. Still, MC insisted on putting the ring on her finger, like they were truly married now. He told Luna that whenever something bothered her, she should promise to tell him so they could be real husband and wife. That made Luna fall for MC even more. They were so sweet, even ants would probably eat them. After that intense day, MC went to his bedroom to rest. But Luna was a bit upset that she wasn't the one to pick out the ring herself. It was a little selfish, but MC didn't mind, because when he saw the ring, he felt like he had to buy it for her. He'd do anything for her. He really raised the bar for other guys. But it would be easier if he stopped being so secretive. He should be more careful before surprising her again. A little later, Luna went into his bedroom to check on him and also to give him the reward he deserved. MC was stunned and couldn't even move, but Luna was already ready to give him something special too. MC finally snapped out of it and pinned Luna down. If it were me, I'd just go with the flow. The guy was sweating a lot, not expecting Luna to act like this. MC reminded Luna again about not wanting to repeat his parents' mistakes and not wanting to be irresponsible, but in Luna's defense, MC never gave her a specific date for the right time. She had a point, but MC was too pure to understand. MC was panicking, but did his best to explain that they should wait until they're adults. But Luna, with only 3 brain cells left, thought MC meant they'd only be responsible when they're adults. Still, Luna was brave and said she couldn't wait that long because she couldn't stand it. MC had already taken responsibility for her, whether it was now or in a few years, and it wouldn't change anything. She had a good point, 2 for Luna, 0 for MC, but MC wanted to play it safe and told Luna, "What if I'm the kind of guy who would just take advantage of you and then run away?" Even he didn't know himself well enough to say for sure. Luna answered honestly, saying she was 100% sure MC would never do that, because she'd been watching him the whole time. It sounded a bit creepy. Perfect time for that song Every Breath You Take by the Police. MC was creeped out, wondering how she even fell for him in the first place. He thought about asking her, but his thoughts shifted to how Luna was probably more experienced in relationships. He figured that since they were living under the same roof, things like this were natural. MC also realized that if he couldn't return Luna's feelings and lacked experience, he also lacked responsibility. That would make him a bad husband. But he didn't want to let those worries get in the way. Finally, he realized he always made himself small because he felt inferior, like he did when he lived with his parents. That's deep. With that thought, MC found the courage to take the lead. He pinned Luna down on the cushion, with her okay, of course, and told her it would be his first time. Luna didn't mind. She was just happy it was with him. They took their time to adjust. However, MC noticed Luna was trembling, so he checked on her to see if she was okay. Luna apologized, saying she was nervous because it would be her first time. MC was shocked when he heard that. His head almost went to space. He couldn't believe Luna was still a virgin. He was so shaken that he blurted out, "For real?" Which sounded weird and rude. But in MC's defense, Luna had always been so bold and tempting. So hearing her say she was inexperienced was a real surprise, don't you think? As embarrassing as it was, Luna tried to explain that she just couldn't keep her hands to herself whenever MC was around. And she wanted to give her best in their relationship. Isn't MC such a lucky guy? Honestly, who wouldn't want someone to love them without a reason? Anyway, MC let out a small laugh, which embarrassed Luna. She wanted him to explain why he reacted like that, but he didn't say anything. Still, they promised to keep their first time a secret between just the 2 of them. With that, they decided to wait until they were both more mature. But Luna couldn't stop overthinking. She blamed herself for trembling. MC explained that it wasn't because of that. It was natural to be anxious since it was the first time for both of them. Just knowing that fact made MC feel he had to do it right for Luna. 1 point for MC. So, they promised to grow together. Even though Luna had some insecurities, parts of her she didn't think were cute, she didn't want MC to leave her. MC guessed she needed some reassurance, so he shyly took her hand and reminded her of their promise to be a real couple. This is something any single writer would be jealous of. MC told Luna not to worry, that he would do his best to help her overcome whatever was in her heart. With that, they promised again to grow up together. This touching and emotional moment didn't stop Luna from sneaking in an exciting comment. She suggested exploring each other's games. You know what that means. She was excited to come up with more plans for them. MC didn't seem to mind, especially since Luna looked happier now. Still, MC couldn't help but wonder what kind of exciting things Luna had in mind. It was a peaceful day at Mayo Academy, and Sora was checking out the school library for the first time. He didn't expect it to be so huge and amazing. There were tons of books, even the newest releases, and entire aisles filled with reference guides and workbooks. It felt like heaven for a book lover. He wasn't surprised, though. Mayo Academy wasn't considered a top school for nothing. "I'm getting excited just looking at all this," Sora said to himself, like a kid in a toy store. He remembered back in middle school, his teacher used to lend him piles of books so he could study. He was really thankful for her. And now, standing in his dream school, he felt proud of how far he'd come. "I'll be coming here a lot," he added, feeling more comfortable here than even at home. But Sora wasn't there just to enjoy the books. He came to study seriously so he wouldn't fall behind in his classes. Even though his grades had improved, he wasn't the type to relax. He worked quietly and constantly, like a ninja of hard work, always staying focused while others slacked off. A total legend. Still, studying wasn't his only responsibility. He had a wife now, too. So before heading home, he texted Luna to let her know he was in the library. She quickly replied, saying she didn't mind him going alone. That response gave Sora the impression that Luna was the type who didn't even need to study at home, yet still managed to stay at the top of the class. Thinking about Luna reminded him of the night before, when she had gotten a little flirtier than usual. Her playful, slightly intense personality had a strong effect on him. They didn't go all the way that night. Instead, Luna had suggested they just talk and fall asleep together. Lying side by side in bed, she asked if she should start wearing certain clothes, just in case things ever escalated. Her way of being prepared for the laws of the bed, as she put it. She always dressed up to catch Sora's attention. And now, even in the library, he couldn't stop thinking about her. Without realizing it, he began mumbling to himself. Then suddenly, Luna appeared behind him, startling him so badly he nearly had a heart attack. She laughed at his reaction, clearly enjoying the moment. Sora asked what she was doing there. Luna said she came after reading his text and wanted to support him. She showed up so fast it shocked him. He didn't expect her, especially because he wanted to be alone to focus. To be honest, Luna was his biggest distraction, even if she didn't realize it. Luna assumed he meant she should take books and study at home instead. Sora, flattered to see her wearing the ring he gave her, answered her question shyly. But when Luna suggested studying together, Sora politely turned her down. He said he couldn't concentrate with her around. Luna didn't understand why he was acting this way, until he blurted out in a quiet whisper yell that he wanted to beat her at studying. "I want to steal the top spot from you, Luna-chan," he said seriously. She was caught off guard by how intense and charming he suddenly was. Sora rarely spoke like that. As he settled at a nearby table, Luna was still flustered. She thought he was so cool when he took charge like that. It was a side of him she didn't see often. Her heart was racing. In the silent library, she could hear it pounding. Sora, meanwhile, wondered if he'd gone too far. But he was relieved when Luna quietly promised to behave and not bother him. Girls can be confusing sometimes, he thought. Real life needs subtitles. She sat beside him and suggested they still study together. She told him that if he needed help with anything, she'd be there. Instead of thanking her sweetly, Sora stayed quiet, afraid she'd think he couldn't handle it himself. Luna wondered if this was about the entrance exams. To protect his pride, she pulled the helpless girl move. She admitted that since starting high school, she'd actually been slacking off and didn't understand some things, like modern Japanese. Sora, trying to help her, explained the material simply and clearly. They kept studying until they were on the same page intellectually. He even asked her to repeat something he just explained, and she did. But then, Sora's mind started to wander. Luna noticed and asked what was wrong. Blushing, Sora looked away. He had glanced at her, and certain features had pulled his attention. Shameful thoughts started to distract him. He normally didn't care about that stuff, and he was devoted to studying and working part-time. But now, in this quiet moment, he was struggling. He couldn't believe he was feeling this way in a library, of all places. Why didn't I just fold last night? He thought, regretting everything and nothing at once. Luna saw him struggling, so she gently poked his cheek and told him to focus. Her eyes were soft, but she definitely knew what he was thinking. Sora tried to stay strong. She suggested taking a break, but he refused. Luna, still concerned, reminded him that midterms weren't even close yet, so there was no need to push so hard. But this changed his mood. He looked down and said softly that his grades were the only thing he could be proud of. His good scores helped him get into Mayo Academy. And now, he didn't want to just keep up. He wanted to be the best. He also admitted that if he couldn't do well now, how could he say he was ready to be responsible for Luna's future? And if he lost to her academically, he wouldn't be able to forgive himself. Luna listened carefully as Sora explained how he felt. She understood why he was so serious and even apologized for not taking his hard work seriously earlier. It was really mature of her. "I mean, I'm your wife," she said with a sweet smile. "I should be supporting you just as seriously." Seeing her smile like that made Sora's heart race, and he felt like he had no energy left in his body. Luna got a little worried, but Sora quickly reassured her. It wasn't stress, just that her kind words had touched him. He struggled to explain how it made him feel, but Luna understood. She then said something a bit unexpected. She'd help him relax when he was too stressed. Sora was confused by what she meant by relax, but instead of explaining it, Luna showed him. She stood up and gently hugged him, pressing him close to her chest. "Isn't this the best way to relieve stress?" she asked with a cheeky grin. But this did more than relax him. It practically melted his soul. Then, with a gentle tone, she added, "You're such a hard worker, but don't think I'll let you get ahead of me either." Sora, blushing, reminded her they were in public and that this was basically PDA. Some people might get uncomfortable. As she let go, Luna whispered in his ear, "I saw you sneaking a peek earlier." Sora turned red in an instant. He was caught red-handed and very embarrassed. Luna assured him again. Even though she wasn't great at studying or teaching, she could definitely help him relax. "Didn't I say I'd always be there for you, my dear husband?" she said proudly. Sora tried to calm down, whispering and half screaming internally, desperate to resist the dangerous temptations Luna kept throwing at him. So, he decided to lock himself in his room and study alone. But of course, Luna always finds a way. He's totally at the mercy of her plans, wrapped around her finger, a feeling most of us would probably give anything to experience. Later that day, they returned home to their peaceful shared apartment. But then, something terrible happened. Sora realized they were running out of soap. A disaster. No, not the cleaning cream joke from earlier. That doesn't exist. Yet. They were also running low on detergent. Not the end of the world, but still a concern for someone who does chores daily. Then Luna came out of the shower, still wrapped in a towel. She asked if they were running out of groceries. And once again, the angels descended from heaven, only to mess with poor innocent Sora. Sora was shocked and quickly scolded her for walking around not fully dressed. Luna ignored him and started checking what they needed to buy. Meanwhile, Sora tried his best not to look directly at her, but it was impossible in this household. There was nowhere else to look except at those, well, features. It was one of those moments where your mind battles between behaving properly or doing something bold. And somehow, Luna, being the most wholesome and vanilla type of yandere, still gave off a completely different kind of energy. Then she had an idea. "Let's go shopping together." Sora agreed, reluctantly. He shyly said he could go alone like always, but deep down, he knew he needed to get used to doing normal couple things. Luna, of course, wouldn't let him go alone. She saw this as the perfect chance for a shopping date. "Don't you want to have a date?" she asked, using her charm to convince him. Those big hypnotic eyes were doing their job, and while the word date scared Sora like a bug on the floor, he couldn't say no. So now, it was the next morning, and Sora was already at the mall waiting for Luna. Nervous, blushing, and pacing. He couldn't believe he was doing this. A date? This was all so new to him. He had never had a girl so close to him. Not even his mom gave him this much affection. He couldn't believe someone like Luna was in his life, especially since they'd already talked about marriage before, yet here he was, freaking out over a shopping trip. Let's rewind a bit to what happened yesterday. When Luna got the idea of going out to buy soap, she instantly imagined all the sweet romantic things they could do together. Instead of focusing on detergent, she was already planning to take Sora to the most luxurious shopping areas in Japan, places that screamed wealth and made guys like Sora, and the rest of us, feel poor. When Sora heard her plan, he refused immediately, not wanting to get involved in anything that far out of his comfort zone. But Luna wasn't taking no for an answer. She already made a mental list of all the fancy malls they'd visit. She didn't care what Sora said. She was going to treat this as a date. No matter how many excuses he made, he couldn't stop her. "You do not refuse a blessing from the divine," the universe and Luna declared. And so that's why Sora is now outside the mall, blushing like crazy, waiting for his stunning, overpowered fiancée to arrive. Back in the main timeline, Luna arrived at the meeting spot, apologizing for being late, even though they literally lived together. But for the sake of this romantic moment, let's just pretend we didn't know that. Sora brushed it off, saying he hadn't waited long. But the truth was, when he saw Luna walking toward him in that long, elegant dress, he felt like his lifespan had just been extended by 5 years. She looked so stunning, a divine goddess walking among mortals. Sora blushed so hard, he didn't know what to say. This was a totally new vibe from her. Instead of her usual daring outfits, this dress was graceful and modest, but still absolutely breathtaking. Of course, other people noticed too. Some guys nearby were talking loudly about her beauty, wondering if Sora was really her boyfriend. It made things a little awkward, but Sora had expected this. If only they knew that he wasn't just her boyfriend. He was her husband. Luna picked up on his discomfort and asked what was wrong. Sora denied anything was bothering him, but managed to compliment her beauty, which made a few more heads turn their way. He was trying to say she was the one getting all the attention, but Luna thought it was because Sora looked cool. That kind of sweet exchange might feel cheesy in real life, but it was adorable in their world. When Sora started getting flustered about people staring, Luna decided to go all in. She proudly held his hand, wanting to show off their relationship and shut down anyone talking behind their backs. For Luna, this kind of public affection was totally normal, especially on a date. But for Sora, who was love-starved and shy, it was overwhelming. He could barely hold her hand properly. It's not like it's a crime to hold hands in public, it's literally 2024. But still, Sora was overthinking everything, especially with how soft and warm her hand felt in his. Luna could feel his pulse racing. Your blood's moving fast, she teased. Sora, embarrassed, told her not to say that out loud. She hadn't meant to, but now they were both blushing. Their conversation shifted when Luna told him she barely slept the night before because she was so excited for this date. Even if the plan had started because they ran out of soap, she was just happy to go out with him like a real couple. Seeing her smiling and so full of joy made Sora forget all the awkwardness from earlier. He realized that Luna was always looking out for him, and he didn't need to worry about what others thought. With a burst of confidence, he told her they should check out everything they need, and whatever she wanted too. That was the moment our quiet, book-loving Sora finally dropped the shy act and leaned into the moment. Luna was surprised, but also completely charmed. "If I find something that smells like you, I'll take it," she joked while picking out soap. Watching them like this was enough to give anyone diabetes from the sweetness. Even Sora had to admit defeat. He'd never win against her energy. They were true opposites, the classic combo of shy guy meets outgoing, confident girl. Their first stop of the date was complete. They bought Luna's favorite soap. Even though it was expensive enough to cover a month's rent, seeing her happy made it all worth it. Luna then asked if there was somewhere Sora wanted to go next. He thought for a second, then said he wanted to go to the bookstore. It was a smart call, getting what they needed first before wandering into fun stuff. How many times have people gone out for one thing and come home with everything but that? That moment made Sora realize that this wasn't just a chore run. It was a real date. Their relationship wasn't about control or pressure. It was about two people growing together. At the bookstore, Luna watched Sora light up while browsing. But funny enough, Luna was just as serious about reading as he was. After their mini-book date, they moved on to a classic couple activity, the arcade. They had fun at the claw machines, with Sora focusing hard on winning a plush toy for Luna. Thankfully, there weren't any rigged machines that day, so they didn't end up spending more than the plush was worth. They continued strolling through the mall, stopping here and there, until Luna suddenly led them to a section that made Sora freeze, the women's lingerie aisle. Luna, being the playful tease she is, smiled and said, "Come help me shop." This part of the mall felt like a room full of fragile glass for guys. One wrong move and you might break something. "You're crazy," Sora thought, as Luna showed him two outfits. She asked which one he liked more, the cute one or the more mature style. Her face lit up with pride, excited to hear his opinion. Maybe Luna has a little teasing side to her. Who knows, maybe she enjoys making things a little awkward. Sora was stuck. He didn't know what to say or how to react. It was like he had just seen a ghost in high heels. Since Luna already had lots of black outfits, this time she wanted to pick whatever Sora liked best. That made Sora blush bright red, imagining all sorts of thoughts. He was clearly getting influenced by this type of thing. His emotions were getting stronger, and he was close to saying how he really felt. But he held back. He didn't want to say anything in public. What if other women heard? That wouldn't end well. Newsflash. The guy had to choose between pretending to know what he was doing or joking about how clueless he was. Why ask for help when you can laugh at yourself, right? He told Luna he didn't know much about women's clothes, so it was better if he didn't choose. He'd rather look silly than make her feel bad. Luna smiled and said she'd just try them on, so they could see what he thought. "Do you really have to do that?" he asked nervously. He worried what people might think, but Luna didn't mind. She knew Sora liked a more classic and put-together style. That's why she picked that kind of outfit for their date. That's when it clicked for Sora. She had changed her usual style to match his tastes. He didn't want her to change for him though, so he told her, "I think you'd look good in anything, Luna. I'd like it no matter what." Even though he didn't think much of himself, he was really sweet in his own way. Before he could finish, Luna touched his shoulder to show off the outfit with a pout and said, "I don't want to wear just anything. I want to wear what you like best, Sora." Before he could even react to her words, he reacted to the outfit itself. He shouted like she was wearing something outrageous and pushed her back into the dressing room to hide her. He was scared the store workers and other shoppers might get upset. The guy looked like he'd just seen a UFO. His girlfriend had surprised him with an outfit he didn't expect, and now he was questioning everything. Forget Area 51. We've got a fashion emergency in the dressing room. Luna had no choice but to pull the curtain closed and wait for his real opinion. She might have been hurt by his reaction, so she told him that she really hoped he'd like the outfit. She was worried it might not suit her. That's why she asked. She didn't care if Sora wasn't great at this stuff. She was his wife after all. And it's normal for husbands to help pick out clothes for their wives. Talking like they were already married caught Sora off guard. He blushed, totally forgetting he'd gotten himself into this situation. Luna teased him again with an even bolder outfit, but he quickly said no. If that were me, I wouldn't want my future bride to feel rejected like that either. Sora got it. He didn't want Luna to pick something so bold it made him pass out, so he told her he liked the fun and cute look better. But he also had mixed feelings. He didn't want her to change her style just for him, especially since the more mature look really suited her skin tone. We can all agree, she rocked that look. Sora was really struggling to choose. You could see it on his face. If you ask a people pleaser a tough question like that, it's like throwing fuel on a fire. He took the job seriously, but finally said he liked the cute outfit. Luna was happy with that. She decided to go with his choice to make things easier for both of them. While she was still in the room, she gave him a soft hug from behind. She whispered that she'd show it off properly once they got home, since he couldn't enjoy the moment in public. How lucky is he to have someone like Luna? I'd give up a year's worth of chicken nuggets to be in his shoes. That still embarrassed Sora, so he rushed Luna to go pay for the outfit to end it all quickly. After checking out, Luna looked so happy, while Sora was just glad they escaped that store. Mission complete. Our hero had just survived the lingerie section. If bravery in lingerie land had a medal, he deserved it. Even though Luna didn't plan on buying a lot that day, she apologized for making Sora carry everything. He didn't really mind though. Deep down, he was enjoying their first date, even after all the stress. It's not a crime to have fun with your girlfriend, Sora. You just overthink too much. Later, Sora noticed a bag he didn't recognize. When did she buy that? Turns out Luna had secretly bought a gift for him. He got curious and peeked inside. It was an apron. Might seem random, but there was a reason. Back when they cooked together and made a big mess, they joked about getting a better apron. Luna had picked this one herself, hoping he'd like it. Sora didn't usually get surprise gifts like this, so he really appreciated it. They clearly cared for each other. No wonder the train ride home felt extra cozy. Even though it had been just a casual promise, she remembered it. He thanked her with all his heart. "I'll always treasure this," he said. As they walked through the mall, Luna told him it didn't matter if they were just buying soap or underwear. What mattered was spending time together like a normal, happy couple. To make it even sweeter, Luna held his hand gently and thanked him for the day, saying she looked forward to their next date. Oh, to have someone hold your hand like that. I hope we all find love before GTA 6 comes out. Sora was already thinking about the next date too, blushing at the thought that he might be the one to invite her next time. They could make more sweet memories together. When they got home, Sora tried on the apron and noticed it was a designer brand. It was so expensive it probably cost more than his whole outfit. He wasn't just going to wear that for cooking anymore. One day at school, one of VC's classmates was supposed to do class duty, but he asked MC to do it for him, and MC agreed. He's just too kind sometimes. Then Subaru walked in and asked if MC was done for the day, but MC had cleaning duty. Subaru thought MC was doing extra work again, like he did back in middle school, but he was wrong. The only extra task MC has now is tutoring his brother. Subaru assumed MC was still dealing with his issues with Luna, but MC waved his hand and said everything was already settled. It seemed Subaru didn't know what had been going on with Luna lately, so MC told him he's already living with her and they're getting married soon. Subaru was shocked. He still didn't fully trust Luna and wasn't sure about her true personality. He hoped MC knew what he was doing, but he wasn't confident. MC said he wasn't in a place to dig into Luna's past. He explained that they decided to take things slow. Then MC said he had to go look for Luna, so he left Subaru behind. Subaru felt sad. It's tough when your best friend already has a partner. As he sat in MC's chair sulking, two girls from the school committee came over to talk to him. But Subaru gave them a sharp look, like an angry lion, which scared them away. That didn't help his mood. Subaru is sensitive, especially when people get scared of him. MC is the only one who never feared him, and that's what started their friendship. A few moments later, Luna appeared. The woman Subaru didn't trust, even though she was MC's girlfriend. She came to get a notebook she had borrowed from Subaru to deliver to the teacher's office. Subaru offered to help, hoping to get a chance to talk to her. He wanted to know what Luna's real intentions were with MC because he didn't want anyone taking advantage of his kind friend. Luna told him she simply loved MC. She wanted to support him, even financially, without tricking him. She knew Subaru might be thinking she had bad intentions. Then Luna noticed a lion keychain hanging from Subaru's pocket. She asked about it, and Subaru proudly said it was a gift from MC. Even though it was old and worn out, he still used it every day. As he talked about MC, his expression softened. That made Luna feel comfortable. She was touched by how much Subaru cared for MC and felt happy that her fiancé was loved by his best friend. Luna said she wanted to be friends with Subaru too. He was surprised. People usually stayed away from him, but he was glad. Then they accidentally slipped and fell. Subaru panicked and told Luna to get off him. At the worst moment, MC walked in and saw them like that. Subaru tried to explain it was just an accident, but MC got emotional. He thought he was being cheated on. Even when they got home, he couldn't stop thinking about Luna and Subaru secretly dating. His imagination went wild, and he felt like dying. Then Luna appeared out of nowhere and scared him. She had just come out of the bath and called to him. She noticed MC was looking sad. She was eating a popsicle and sat next to him, wanting to comfort him. MC was used to Luna being clingy with him, but he didn't like it when she acted that way around other guys. Luna didn't know why MC was being distant. He didn't tell her anything, though he tried to act like he was fine. But Luna could tell he was lying. She guessed he was still upset about what happened earlier. MC denied it again and again. Luna believed him anyway and was relieved. MC tried to explain that he felt uneasy, but couldn't fully express his emotions. That's when Luna realized MC might be jealous. He looked a bit upset when she called it that, but Luna made him feel it was okay. She told him she felt the same whenever MC got along too well with other girls, but MC didn't want to admit he was jealous. To him, jealousy felt like a weakness, something insecure. This was his first time dealing with such feelings. Even though Luna already called him her husband, MC felt like he wasn't acting like it. All came down to his own insecurities. Still, seeing him struggle with those feelings looked cute to Luna. She hugged him and playfully teased him. She assured him it was normal to feel that way, especially when you're in a relationship. And honestly, it made her happy. If he got jealous, it meant he truly cared. To help ease his worries, Luna wanted to share something with him, something only he could have. So she offered him a bite of her popsicle, hoping to sneak in an indirect kiss. MC was hesitant at first, but the popsicle was melting. When it dripped onto his neck, Luna instinctively licked it off. That made MC turn bright red like a tomato. He told her it was enough, especially since the mood was heating up between them. He gently pushed her away and even apologized for being gloomy earlier. Thanks to her, though, his heart was racing, and his sadness had faded. Luna laughed and teased him about how easy he was to fluster. She got so close and carefree that her bangs shifted, and MC noticed a scar on her forehead. He pointed it out. Luna panicked. The mood changed instantly. She quickly pulled back and rushed to the bathroom to cover the scar with concealer. She scolded herself for letting her guard down around MC. But it was too late. The secret was out. The next day at home, Luna was trying on an outfit. She was excited about their plans to go out tomorrow, so she wanted to give MC a sneak peek. MC thought the outfit was cute, but pointed out that it might be too short, especially with the weather getting colder. Luna didn't mind. She said he was underestimating a gal's toughness and joked that showing a little skin would be a nice reward for him. But the next day, reality hit. Luna caught a cold. Her temperature was high and MC couldn't help but think, "I told you so." Luna whined. She just wanted to make MC happy and didn't expect to get sick. Now she felt bad that he had to take care of her. She was also worried he might catch her cold, but MC was confident. He said he was used to bad weather and probably immune by now. So Luna, feeling clingy and feverish, decided to snuggle up under his shirt and use him as a human heater. MC noticed her fever getting worse. He suggested making porridge or udon to help her feel better. Luna agreed, though she didn't have much appetite. Still, for MC to cook, he'd need to go buy some ingredients and medicine. But Luna didn't want him to leave. She jokingly said she only needed his fluids, not anything from the store. It didn't make much sense, but her fever made her act silly and dramatic, like a pirate hunting for hidden treasure under MC's clothes. Her brain was clearly fried from the fever. She didn't listen to MC and kept reaching for things she really shouldn't. Let's just say MC was struggling. Badly. A few minutes later, MC managed to feed Luna some eggs, which helped her feel a bit better. She needed rest for the day, but also something to cool down her fever. The day of the exam results came. MC and Luna checked the posted list for their names. MC was shocked to see Luna ranked at the very top. His pride was almost shattered, especially after he had confidently claimed earlier that he'd beat her one day. Looks like that dream would have to wait. Still, Luna's warm smile made it hard to be upset. MC admitted she deserved a reward for getting first place. Luna playfully demanded either a big hug or a kiss, but before anything could happen, a member of the disciplinary committee showed up. MC quickly apologized, realizing they were caught in a moment. The girl introduced herself as Aminia Arisu, and she clearly wasn't the type to let school rule breaking slide. MC was confused. All they were doing was linking arms. Not a big deal, right? Apparently, it was enough to cause trouble. Luna refused to let go of MC's arm, staying as affectionate as ever, even though Arisu scolded them. Arisu insisted they should act properly, especially as top-ranked students. She said that people often take these things lightly, but the next exam results might not be so lucky. Honestly, MC himself didn't take the exams all that seriously either. Then Luna, with a sly grin, pointed out a loophole. If boys and girls aren't supposed to be close, the rules don't say anything about girls being close to girls. Without warning, Luna hugged Arisu. Arisu blushed bright red. She was so caught off guard that she pushed Luna away and stumbled backwards, falling hard on her butt. MC normally would have helped someone up right away, but this time he froze. He saw something he wasn't supposed to see, something white under Arisu's skirt. Luna rushed over to check on her and dust off her clothes. Totally embarrassed, Arisu quickly stood up and tried to walk away. Her uniform tangled, eyes closed, and head bowed. MC wanted to stop her and say something, but she had already left before he could get the words out. Luna just smiled knowingly. She was already aware of Arisu's reputation. Despite being part of the disciplinary committee, Arisu was known around the school as the discipline destroyer, the one who ironically caused the most chaos while trying to keep order.